Finna get back into it. For the ones that left, come on back and hit that like button. Let's finish watching this debate with me, y'all. I'm back. I'm on my phone now, so it won't be tripping.
You have 49 seconds left. What do you say to Black voters who are disappointed with the progress so far?
I say I don't blame them for being disappointed. Inflation is still hurting them badly. For example, I provided for the idea that any Black family, first-time home buyer, should get a $10,000 tax credit to be able to buy their first home so they can get started. I made sure that we're in a situation where all those Black families and those Black individuals who provided had to take out student loans.
That's not gonna help us. That's not gonna help us. We inflation. Come on now.
Anything having to do with volunteerism. If they paid their bills for 10 years.
10 years?
All the rest is forgiven after 10 years.
Come on now.
Unions have benefited from that.
No. What about right now?
For Black families.
What about right now?
And he caused the inflation.
Come on now. Tell him, Trump.
And he's right, it's been very bad. He caused the inflation, and it's killing Black families.
Come on now.
Families and
Speak on it.
It's killing people. You can't buy groceries anymore.
Nope.
You look at the cost of food where it's doubled.
Yep.
Tripled and
triple. Come on. Come on, Trump.
Anymore. He caused this inflation. I gave him a country with no
no
he
caused the inflation on us. Tell it, Trump.
All he had to do is leave it alone.
Come on, Trump.
With his
yes.
Green New scam and all this money that's being thrown out the window. He caused inflation. As sure as you're sitting there, the fact is that his big kill on the Black people is the millions of people that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking Black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking Black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
Oh, my God. Donald Trump is speaking.
When I became president, you know why? The economy was flat on its back.
No, it wasn't.
50% unemployment.
No, it wasn't.
He decimated the economy.
No, it wasn't.
Absolutely decimated.
No, it wasn't.
That's why there was no inflation.
Nah.
At the time. There were no jobs.
Donald Trump was doing everything. Everybody had a job. Everybody had a job. Everybody had food. Everybody had money in their pocket when Donald Trump was in the office. We had everything.
The ACA has increased. I made sure that they're $8,000 per person.
Nah, Joe Biden. Nah, you ain't did nothing, man.
They tried 50 times. Let's go to the ACA again, and they're going to try again. You find ourselves in a position where the idea that we're not doing anything. We put more police on the street than any other.
Come on, what that got to do with the food? That's high.
We're providing for equity.
Come on now, Biden, you ain't talking about nothing, man.
There's a lot going on.
We inflation because of you.
By his tremendous
we ain't got no food. Food is high. Gas is high because of who? Joe Biden. Come on now, make it make sense.
2023 was the hottest year in recorded history, and communities across the country
Y'all
are
playing.
confronting the devastating effects of extreme heat,
Donald Trump telling the truth.
Wildfires, stronger hurricanes, and rising sea levels. Former
Speak on
President
it.
Trump, you've vowed to end your opponent's climate.
Come on in, y'all. Because y'all know y'all want to get on this conversation too. Hit that like button, y'all come in. Come on. Let's go back and forth. We are going back and forth because Donald Trump telling the truth. We inflation, we broke because of who? Joe Biden. Come on, y'all. Y'all know.
Donald J. Trump. Almost every police group. And what he's done to the Black population is horrible, including the fact that for 10 years he called them super predators. We can't in the 1990s.
Whoa!
Forget that. Super predators was his name, and he called it to them for 10, and they've taken great offense at it, and now they see it happening. But when they see what I did for criminal justice reform and for the historically Black colleges and universities,
all right now,
where I funded them and got them all funded, and the opportunity zones with Tim, as you know, Tim Scott.
Don't hold your head down now, Biden, because you know Trump telling the truth.
He came to me with the idea, and it was a great idea. It's one of the most successful economic development acts ever in the country, opportunity zones. And the biggest beneficiary are Blacks. And that's why we have the best numbers with them in maybe ever. They're saying ever. I read this morning where ever, the best numbers. He's lost much of the Black population because he's done a horrible job for Black people. He's also done a horrible job for Hispanics. But when do you see these millions of people pouring into our country and they're going to take the jobs, and it's already started, and you haven't seen anything yet? It's a
Ha!
disaster.
True. It's about to get real.
Trump, will you take any action as president to slow the climate crisis?
Yes, he
So
is.
I want absolutely immaculate clean water, and I want absolutely clean air.
All
and
right
we
now.
had it. We had H2O. We had the best numbers ever, and we were using.
Look at Joe Biden. He's sick, y'all. He's sick.
And yet, during my 4 years,
Where my people at? Y'all come on back over here. I'm back on live. I had to switch phones,
and
y'all.
my top environmental people gave me that statistic just before I walked on the stage, actually.
Come on in here, y'all. Come on in here and debate with me. Cause y'all know Donald Trump, right? Y'all hit that like button, y'all come in here.
I passed the most extensive climate change legislation
Nah,
in
man.
history.
Nah, man. It's gonna be 120 out here where I'm at in California next week. Ain't never been 120 out here in my life. Come on now, make some
Because
sense.
they don't have the kind of contributors that they have to build these laboratories and the like. Any black student is capable in college of doing what any white student can do. They just have the money, but now they'll be able to get those jobs in high tech. We're in a situation where the idea that he's claiming to have done something that had the cleanest water, he didn't do a damn thing with the environment.
Sure.
He pulled out of the Paris Peace Accord, Climate Accord. I immediately joined it because if we reach 1.5 degrees Celsius at any one point where there's no way back, the only existential threat to humanity is climate change. And he didn't do a damn thing about it. He wants to undo all that I've done.
You ain't did nothing though. Can anybody agree with me and tell me what Joe Biden done since he been in office, y'all? Can anybody? Anybody that's watching, trolls or whatever, can y'all say something? Like, come on now, make it make sense.
They treat us horribly. We were the only ones who was costing us money. Nobody else was paying into it, and it was a disaster. But everything that he said just now, I'll give you an example. I heard him say before insulin. I'm the one that got the insulin down for the seniors. I took care of the seniors. What he's doing is destroying all of our medical programs because the migrants coming in, they want everybody. And look, I have the biggest heart on the stage. I guarantee you that. And I want to take care of people. But we're destroying our country. They're taking over our schools, our hospitals, and they're going to be taking over Social Security. He is destroying Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
Woo! Ha! All right now. I can't even clap my hands. I'm holding the phone.
The only ones of consequence we're not members of the Paris Accord. How can we do anything if we're not able to, the United States can't get us?
Y'all better go vote. Y'all better go vote.
In the world, number one. We're making significant progress. By 2035, we will have cut pollution in half. We have made significant progress.
No.
And we're continuing to make progress.
No.
We set up a climate corps for thousands of young people to learn how to deal with climate, just like Peace Corps.
They ain't done nothing for us, y'all. Y'all gotta admit to it. The people that's in here trolling, watching whatever y'all doing, what have he done for us?
He claims that he's the biggest heart up here, and he's really concerned about pollution and about climate. I've not seen any indication of that. And by the way, with regard to prescription drugs, one company agreed that they would reduce the price to $35, which I was calling for, one, voluntarily. I made sure every company in the world, every pharmaceutical company, cannot have to pay.
Thank you.
And by the way,
so every day, millions of Americans struggle just to make ends meet.
Thank you. Speak on that. Speak on the older people. Speak on the people that's disabled. Yes.
Social Security seniors.
These senior citizens go to these Rite Aid, CVS, these drugstores, and gotta pay more money than what they. Come on now, they only get one check. Come on now, they medicine be high. They medicine be high, and they need their medicine.
$70,000 pays 6% of their income of their paycheck every single time they get a paycheck from the time the first one they get when they're 18 years old. The idea that they're gonna, I'm proposing that everybody, they pay, the millionaires pay 1%, 1%. So no one I would not raise the cost of Social Security for anybody under $400,000. After that, I began to make the wealthy begin to pay their fair share by increasing from 1%.
I feel like people that's
stable,
disabled that get
guaranteed
Social Security,
program for life.
SSR, or whatever, I feel
So
they
you still
should
have
get more
82 seconds
money.
left. Are there
I
any
really
other
do.
measures
They
that you
should
think
get
that
more
would be able
money.
to help keep Social Security solvent, or is that one enough?
Well, no, that one enough
You
will
can't
keep us
even live
solvent.
off of that.
The
You
biggest
can't,
thing
and
I'll do
then rent is
defeat
high.
this man because
Come
he
on
wants to
now.
get rid of Social Security. He thinks there's plenty to cut in Social Security. He's wanting to cut Social Security and Medicare both times. And that's what. And
I
if you
don't
look at
remember
the
him cutting
the
Social Security and
programs
Medicare.
by
I
the
remember him
Republican
saying giving
caucus
more
that
money
he
to Social Security.
supports,
I remember
is in
that.
fact want to cut it as well.
Okay.
The
Oh, well,
idea that
Joe Biden making
we
up
need to
stuff
protect our
now.
seniors is ridiculous.
We do need to protect our
And by
seniors.
the way,
Why we don't need to protect
the
our
American
seniors?
public has greater health care coverage today than ever before. And on the ACA, as I said, you're in a circumstance where 400,000 people, 40 million people would not have insurance because they have a pre-existing condition. Only thing that allows them to have that insurance is the fact that they, in fact, are part of the ACA. And by the way, the other thing is, we're in a situation where I talk about education for Black communities. I've raised the amount of money for Pell Grants by another $8,000. So anybody making under $70,000 a year going to be able to get $15,000 towards the tuition.
Man.
He just doesn't know what he's talking about.
You don't know what you talking about.
So I've dealt with politicians all my life. I've been on this side of the equation for the last 8 years. I've never seen anybody lie like this guy. He lies. I've never seen it. He can look you in the face.
He keeping his head down, y'all. What that tell y'all? He lying.
We mentioned Russia, Ukraine. Everything he does is a lie. It's misinformation and disinformation. The losers and suckers story that he made up is a total lie on the military. It's a disgrace. But Social Security, he's destroying it.
Yes, he is.
Millions of people are pouring into our country, and they're putting them onto Social Security. They're putting them onto Medicare, Medicaid, putting them in our hospitals, taking the place of our citizens. What they're doing to the VA, to our veterans, is unbelievable. Our veterans are living in the street, and these people are living in luxury hotels.
All right now.
He doesn't know what he's doing. And
all right, Trump.
It's really coming back. I've never seen such anger in our country before.
Biden is lost, y'all.
The idea that veterans are not being taken care of, I told you before. And by the way, when I said suckers and losers, he acknowledged after that he fired that general. That general got fired.
That don't got nothing to do with it, okay.
He acknowledged that that's what he said. He was the one standing with Trump when he said it, number one. Number two, the idea that we're going to be in a situation where all these millions and millions, the way he talks about it.
Hey, Lawrence Stevenson. I'm back. I had to switch phones. But I'm back. I'm over here tripping on this debate. I'm going in. Because Biden's sitting here lying.
We're doing better than any other nation in the world.
We ain't doing nothing. We poor. We ain't got nothing. The poor getting poorer and the richer getting richer. Come on now. Make it make some sense.
And inflation is going to increase.
We've been in inflation for how many years now?
159 presidential scholars.
It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse.
United States of America.
President Biden, thank you so much. Let's turn to the cost of child care.
Y'all can't be saying that, y'all.
President Trump, both you and President Biden have tried to address this issue.
Oh, shit. You got to be careful, Lauren. I know you ready to go off with me, too.
For many families, the cost of child care for 2 children is more than their rent. In your second term, what
exactly.
will you do to make child care more affordable?
Come on now.
Just to go back, the general got fired because he was no good. And if he said that, that's why he made it up. But we have 19 people that said I didn't say
Hit the like button, y'all. Come in, y'all. Come in here and debate with me, y'all. Let's watch it. Let's go.
He doesn't fire people. He never fired people. I've never seen him fire anybody. I did fire a lot. I fired Comey because he was no good. I fired a lot of the top people at the FBI, drained the swamp. They were no good. Not easy to fire people. You pay a price for it. But they were
thank
no
you,
good.
thank
I
you.
didn't put him there. I didn't put Comey there. He was no good. I fired him. This guy hasn't fired anybody.
I know, right? Me and Trump got the same color hair, y'all. Let me find out we related.
Horror show. Most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. He didn't fire. Did you fire anybody? Did you fire anybody that's on the border? that's allowed us to have the worst border in the history of the world. Did anybody get fired for allowing 18 million people, many from prisons, many from mental institutions? Did you fire anybody that allowed our country to be destroyed? Joe, our country is being destroyed.
All right,
You and I
Trump,
sit up
sell
here
it.
and waste a lot of time on this debate. This shouldn't be a debate. He is the worst president. People said about me because I said it. But look,
He
he's the
mad,
worst
that's why,
president in the
Lauren, he
history of our
bad.
country. He's destroyed our country. Now all of a sudden he's trying to get a little tough on the border. He came out with a nothing deal, and it reduced it a little bit, like this much. It's
You see Biden, though, he over there like he
wants
about to
open
fall
borders.
over,
He
y'all.
wants our country
He
to either be
leaning.
destroyed, or he wants to pick up those people.
He
as
can't hold it
voters.
together.
And I don't think we just can't let it happen.
Nope.
If he wins this election, our
Right.
country doesn't have a chance,
Uh-uh.
not even a chance,
Mm-mm.
of coming out of this rut.
Nope.
We probably won't have a country left anymore.
Ha!
It is.
All
It's the
right.
worst in history by far.
Thank you, President Trump. President
All right,
We're
Trump.
the most admired country in the world. We're the United States of America. There's nothing beyond our capacity. We have the finest military in the history of the world.
What the military got to do with inflation, y'all, that we broke? We ain't got no money. Food getting high, gas getting high, can't get no job. What they got to do with the military? Come on now, make it make sense.
I wasn't joking. Look it up or go online. 159 or 58, don't hold me the exact number, presidential historians, they've had meetings and they voted who was the worst president in American history.
Joe Biden.
Went through best to worst. They said he was the worst in
No.
all American history.
No.
That's
No, that's your facts.
He can argue they're wrong, but that's what they voted. Yeah,
That's your facts.
Doing anything to deal with child care. He did for virtually nothing to child care.
Yes, he
We
did.
should significantly increase the child care tax credit. We should significantly increase the availability of women and men or single parents to be able to go back to work. And we should encourage businesses to have.
When he came into that office, Joe Biden promised us an extra $1,500. Did we get it, y'all? Nope.
We have
Sure
problems.
did.
We have other things that they rate them the worst.
Yeah, I'm back. I had to switch phones, girl.
And they
King.
rate me, I'll show you.
I was on King
And they
phone.
rate me one of the best, okay? And if I'm given another 4
I'm
years,
ready to go
I will
back
be the
in, so I've
best.
been
I
going
will
off
be the best.
Seville.
Nobody's ever created an economy like us. Nobody ever cut taxes like us. He's the only one I know. He wants to raise your taxes by 4
Come on
times.
now,
He
Trump.
wants to raise
Sell it.
everybody's taxes
Huh.
by 4 times. He wants the Trump tax cuts to
Okay.
expire. So
We gonna
everybody,
stand
including
inflation.
the
We
people who
get
pay
Biden.
4 or 5
We gonna
times.
stay broke.
Nobody ever heard of this before. All my life, I grow up and I see politicians talking about cutting taxes. When we cut taxes, as I said, we did more business. Apple and all these companies, they were bringing money back into our country. The worst president in history by far, and everybody knows it.
Come on now.
President
The
Ha!
fact of the matter is that he's dead wrong.
Close your door, King.
He's increased the tariff.
Your music.
He will increase the
Your music.
taxes on middle class people. I said I never raise a tax on anybody making less than $400,000.
The poor getting poorer and the rich are getting richer. I said it. I sure did. Food getting higher, gas getting higher, rent going higher. The people that's the senior citizens, I feel like they need more money. They do. People on Social Security, SSI, they need more money. And their medicine shouldn't be as high like that. That's wrong. Since Joe Biden got in here, it's just been going to the left. It's been bad. It's not been good.
Devastated by you.
It's not
I'm
good.
doing a new tax cut of $5 trillion over the next 10 years, which is going to fundamentally bankrupt the country. You had the largest deficit of any president in American history. Number
Exactly.
one. Number two, you have not, in fact,
Thank you.
made any contact, any progress.
Medicine should be free.
We
Thank
are the
you.
lowest trade deficit with China since 2010.
When Trump came in office, he was cool with Russia. Come on, y'all.
Made a top priority in your first term.
He might have been spending money, but hey, we wasn't falling off. We wasn't falling off with Trump. Everybody had money.
Under your term, it has gone up. Former President Trump, despite the efforts that
I
the
did
have
too.
made,
I did
more than
vote.
100,000 Americans are dying from overdoses every year.
Tell it. Speak on it. This is a good one right here, y'all. This is a
What
good
do you
one.
do to help Americans right now in the throes of addiction who are struggling to get the treatment they need?
Come on, Trump.
To finish up, we now have the largest deficit in the history of our country under this guy. We have the largest deficit with China. He gets paid.
Vote
from China.
again,
He's a
girl. Vote
Nigerian
again, because I'm
candidate. He
going to
gets
vote
money
too.
from China. We have.
Come
I
on,
think
tell
he's
it,
afraid
Trump.
to deal with them or something. But you notice he never took out my tariffs because we bring in so much money with the tariffs that I imposed on China. He never took them away. He can't because it's too much money. It's tremendous. And we saved our steel industries, and there was more to come. He hasn't done that. But he hasn't cut the tariffs because he can't, because it's too much money. But he's got the largest deficit in the history of our country, and he's got the worst situation with China.
Girl,
China's
ain't
gonna
they?
own us if you keep allowing them to do what they're doing to us as a country. They are killing us as a country, Joe, and you can't let that happen. You're destroying our country.
So, President
So
Trump,
do.
67 seconds
They do,
left. The
Seville.
question was, what are you going to do to help Americans in the throes of addiction right now who are struggling to get the treatment they need?
Jake, we were doing very well at addiction until the COVID came along.
Huh.
We had the 2.5, almost 3 years of like nobody's ever had before, any country, in every way. And then we had to get tough, and it was the drugs pouring across the border.
All right, Seville. You going in. Seville going in.
Dog, that's the most incredible thing that you've ever seen, the way they can spot it. We did a lot, and we were getting very low numbers, very, very low numbers. Then he came along. The numbers, have you seen the numbers now? It's not only the 18 million.
Oh, girl,
people,
everything. Every corner store you name, honey.
Talk about gotaways. But the numbers of the amount of drugs and human trafficking in women.
Come on now. Shoot. Come on, Trump. That was not going on. That was not going on like that. We had it, but it wasn't as bad as it is now.
Coming across our border now is the largest we've ever had.
Shoo. So is.
President Biden?
Fentanyl,
Baby.
byproducts fentanyl went
Baby.
down for a while.
Every time I watch the news here, it's always a kid missing.
Big machines
All the time. That's why I don't like watching news. There's always a kid out here missing. Every time.
This deal we put together, this bipartisan deal, more fentanyl machines, more
Exactly.
people to detect drugs, more numbers of agents, more numbers of.
They got a place up out here in California, Sacramento, where it's okay for these people that shoot up drugs, whatever. It's okay for them to go to this facility that they built just for them, and it's okay for them to go over there and shoot up their stuff, and they give them the needles to do it. Come on now, what type of y'all crazy? Y'all crazy? Y'all making that stuff okay? They talking about it's a safe environment for them. No, we don't even want them doing it. Period. So why would you have that type of stuff?
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump, and again, the question is about Americans in the throes of addiction right now, struggling to get the treatment they need.
Well,
Right, it is crazy. I'm over here getting mad, y'all.
He ended remain in Mexico. He ended catch and release. I made it catch and release in Mexico, not catch and
Right,
release here.
thank you.
We had so many things that we had done, hard negotiations with Mexico, and I got it all for nothing. It's just like when you have a hostage. We always pay $6 billion for a hostage. Every time we say a hostage. Now we have a hostage, the Wall Street Journal reporter. I think a good guy, and he's over there because Putin is laughing at this guy, probably asking for billions of dollars.
And what'd he do? And what'd he do? Joe Biden sent it to Putin with no problem. Am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying? How much money Putin got up out of Joe Biden, y'all? Come on, y'all. Billions and billions and trillions. Come on now.
Probably asking for billions and billions of dollars.
Come on now.
Pays it every time. We had 2 cases where $6 billion for 5 people. I got 58 people out, and I paid essentially nothing.
Thank you, President Trump. Dan?
Thank you,
Let's
Trump.
turn to concerns that voters have about each of you.
Me and Seville should have been the news
You
people.
would be 86 at
We should have been
the
sitting
end
up
of the
there,
second
Seville.
term. How do you
Shoot.
address concerns about your capability to handle the toughest job in the world well into your 80s?
Well, first of all,
I'll be watching the news. I'll be watching this because it's what's going on right now. He came in here and messed it up, y'all.
In politics, I was the second youngest person ever elected to the United States.
Come on
Senate.
now, for
And
real.
I'm the
Exactly.
oldest. This guy's 3 years younger and a lot less competent. I think that just look at the record. Look at what I've done. Look how I've turned around the horrible situation he left me. As I said.
Nah, he didn't leave no. We wasn't even in war when Trump came in here, y'all. We wasn't. We was good.
Billions of dollars in private investment.
Girl, you see, I'm going off.
That we are growing. By the way, we brought off a lot of people.
We wasn't in none of that. We wasn't in inflation. We was good. We was settled. We was okay. We was getting rid of that COVID.
And we lost it.
Come on now, and it's a worse situation. Thank you.
To find the cheapest jobs overseas and then bring home a product. So
Go
I
watch that
went
movie,
to
Seville,
South
when you
Korea.
get a chance. It's
I
called
produced
Civil War. It
Samsung to
just came
invest
out.
billions of
It's
dollars
really
here in the
good.
United States. And they're, guess what? Those fabs, they
That'll
call
tell you
them,
who your
that
president is
to
gonna
build
be.
these chips. Those fabs pay over $100,000. You don't need a college degree for them. And there's billions,
Bad.
about $40 billion
People are
already
struggling
invested
bad,
in
Seville, and it's
right
not
now
funny.
in the United States,
It's
creating
not.
significant jobs
It's
for
horrible.
Americans from all over the world.
President Biden, you have 40 seconds left. Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, I would. The idea that somehow we are this failing country. I never heard a president talk like this before.
Because you feel in our country.
Name me a single major.
You control. They done got you so controlled, you don't even know what's going on.
For all our problems and all our opportunities.
And then you got the secretary next to you, and she just, whatever.
We're a country in the world who keeps our
He ain't turned nothing around. He made it worse.
All of our allies and our those who he cuddles up to, from Kim Jong-un, he sends love letters to, and Putin, etc. They don't want
Nothing.
to fool around with us.
She ain't doing nothing but sitting pretty, honey. That's all she doing, getting paid and sitting pretty. She ain't doing nothing.
Your second term. What do you say to voters who have concerns about your capabilities to serve?
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive
Huh.
tests. I aced them.
Huh.
Of them, as you know.
All right
in
now.
Public. He took none. I'd like to see him take one, just one, a real easy one.
Okay
I got
now.
through the first 5 questions, he couldn't do it.
Nope.
But I took 2 cognitive tests. I took physical exams every year. And you know, we knock on wood wherever we may have wood, that I'm in very good health.
That's
just
right.
won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart.
He clowning.
A long way, and I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball.
Girl,
50
me
yards.
too.
He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in very good shape. I feel
Period.
I'm as in good a shape as I was.
All right
25,
now.
30 years ago.
All
Actually,
right
I'm
now,
probably
Trump.
A little bit lighter.
And
But
Biden, look, Joe
as
Biden,
good a
he's
shape
stuck.
as I was,
He controlled. That's why.
years
Look at
ago. I
him.
feel very good. I feel the same. But I was willing to take a cognitive
tired. He's
test.
stuck.
And you know what? If I didn't do well, I aced them. Dr. Ronnie Jackson, who's a great guy when he was White House doctor. And then I took another one, a similar one. And one of them said they'd never seen anybody ace them.
Thank you. President Biden?
You can see he is 6'5" and only 223 pounds. Or
Okay.
225 pounds.
Okay.
Well, you said 6'4", 200. Well, anyway, that's what you're. Anyway, just take a look at what he says he is.
Okay, Joe Biden.
Look,
But
I'm
you
happy
you
that
fell
Trump
coming
is
off the
now
airplane though. You tripped. You tired. You need to retire.
down to a 6.
Sure.
And
He
but
fell, y'all.
I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag.
He can carry his bag, but you can't because you the one fell off that airplane.
He's a 6 handicap.
Yeah, he a bully.
ball.
Definitely.
I was at 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8.
Look, he can't even talk. What you stuttering for?
Let's not act like Joe.
President Trump, we're going to turn
Open your eyes. That's real,
to
Seville.
a specific concern that voters have about you.
That's
Will
real.
you pledge tonight that once all legal challenges have been exhausted, that you will accept the results of this election, regardless of who wins, and you will say right now that political violence in any form is unacceptable?
Well, I shouldn't have to say that, but of course I believe that. It's totally unacceptable. And if you would see my statements that I made on Twitter at the time, and also my statement that I made in the Rose Garden, you would say it's one of the strongest statements you've ever seen. In addition to the speech I made in front of, I believe, the largest crowd I've ever spoken to, and I will tell you, nobody ever talks about that. They talk about a relatively small number of people that went to the Capitol, and in many cases were ushered in by the
Exactly,
police.
that's true.
And as Nancy Pelosi said, it
Nope.
was her responsibility, not mine. She said that
She
right
don't
when
even
she
work
was-
in there no more.
But the answer
Nancy
is,
Pelosi, she
if the
gone.
election is fair,
Whatever her
free,
name
and
is.
I want that more than anybody.
She gone. She
And I'll
quit.
tell
Once
you
they did that to
something.
her husband,
I
she
wish he was
quit.
a great president because I wouldn't be here right now.
Yes.
I'd be at one of my many places enjoying myself. I wouldn't be under indictment because I wouldn't have been as
Donald
political
Trump
as
had to come back and clean up your mess, man.
Because he indicted
Because you don't know
me
what you're doing.
because I was his opponent. I wish he was a great president. I would rather have that. I wouldn't be
He
here.
came back to
I don't
clean
mind
up
being
this
here.
man
The
mess.
reason I'm here is he's so bad as a president that I'm going to make America great again.
All right now.
Make America great
Make
again.
America great. I'm
We're
going to give me a
failing
shirt,
nation right now.
y'all.
We're a seriously failing nation. And we're a failing nation because of him. His policies are so bad.
Yes.
His military policies are insane. They're insane.
Seville said,
He
girl,
will
bye.
drive us into World War III, and we're closer to World War III than anybody can imagine.
Oh,
We are
shoot.
very, very close to World War III, and he's driving us there.
Hmm.
And Kim Jong-un and President Xi of China, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, all of these, Putin, they don't respect him. They don't fear him. They have nothing going with this gentleman, and he's going to drive us into World War III.
Yeah, he is.
You want a World War III?
I am happy he is here. Girl, yes. He's here. He back. I knew he was coming back. I knew Donald Trump was going to fight. He was going to come back.
Attack on one is attack on all.
Look at this.
Required response.
Look at this.
The idea. I can't think of a single major thing in the world who wouldn't trade places with the job I've done, what they've done. Because we are a powerful nation. We have wonderful people.
Man, you ain't done nothing but made it worse.
Capable of anything, and they step up when they're needed. And right now, we're needed. We're needed to protect the world because our own safety is at stake. And again, you want to have a war, just let Putin go ahead and take Kyiv.
Yeah, he do.
Move on, see what happens in Poland, Hungary, and other places along that border. Then you have a war.
President Trump.
Exactly. Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
The question was, will you
Definitely
accept
will,
the
Seville.
results of this election, regardless of who wins?
Just to finish what he said, if I might, Russia, they took a lot of land from Bush. They took a lot of land from Obama and Biden.
Mm-hmm.
They took no land, nothing from Trump. Nothing.
Nothing. Thank you. Thank you. I had to snap my finger on that because they didn't. Because they did it.
But now he's going to take the whole thing from this man right here. That's a war that should have never started.
Thank you. Didn't I just say that? When Trump came in, he was over there cool with Russia. Didn't I say that? I said that.
Would you do this? He's got us in such a bad
I was
position
following
right
Trump
now
on TV when he was doing his little stuff.
Because Ukraine's not winning that war. He said, I will never settle until such time. They're running out of people. They're running out of
He got
soldiers.
good
They've lost
energy.
so
He's
many
standing
people.
on business
It's so sad.
today.
They've lost so many people, and they've lost those gorgeous cities with the golden domes that are 1,000 years old, all because of him and stupid decisions. Russia would have never attacked if I were
President Trump,
president.
the question was,
And legal and good election, absolutely. I would have much rather accepted these, but the fraud and everything else was ridiculous. And you know what? We'll have a news conference on it in a week. We'll have another one of these in a week.
Okay.
I will absolutely. There's nothing I'd rather do. It would be much easier for me to do that than running again. I wasn't really going to run until I saw the horrible job he did. He's destroying our country.
I was trying to make sure that was you.
And again, no indictments, no political opponent stuff, because it's the only way he thinks he can win. But unfortunately, it's driven up my numbers and driven them up to a very high level because the people understand it.
Let's see what your numbers are when this election is over. Let's see. You're a whiner. When you lost
He ain't whining about nothing. Like I said, Trump is bad. Go boo-boo-hoo-hoo, cry in your bed and put the blanket over your head because it's a wrap for you.
claims had any merit, state or local, none. But you continue to provoke this lie. Somehow there's all this misrepresentation, all this stealing. There is no evidence of that at all. And I tell you what, I doubt whether you'll accept it because you're such a whiner. The idea if you lose again, you accepting anything?
He not gonna lose. He back.
Something snapped in you when you lost.
He said that he was coming back.
we'll be right back with more from the CNN.
It's your boy Michael. What's up, Michael? Let me turn it down, y'all. How y'all feel about this?
First thing in the morning.
They gonna copyright me for me. How y'all feel about this, y'all? I gotta show y'all my head. I got my rag on, y'all. I got my rag on. You said Trump, Michael? Yep. But he lost last time. Yeah, he lost last time. Because everybody, let me see, why did he lose? Because everybody was going with what Biden was saying. Biden was saying this and saying this and saying that. And then everybody followed suit. But I think it was fixed, though. It was fixed. It was really fixed. It was fixed. I feel like it was fixed that time. Trump was supposed to win. But Trump won. He won this time. 2024, yep. For real. Trump won this time. I don't care if nobody say Trump is in that office. Yes, he's back. And he gonna stand on what he's standing on right now. He gonna stand on business. And what he said he gonna do, he gonna do. Because when he was in office last time, he did what he did. Everybody had COVID. Everybody got sick. But we was fine, though. We wasn't inflation with him. That was your first time voting? Oh, you get to vote again. He stand on what he was standing on. So, hey, he finna get back in the office, and we gonna be good. Because it's too much going on. Food is high. It's ridiculous. It is. They want the exactly. Because like I said, the poor getting poor and the rich are getting rich. And it's ridiculous. It's sad. It's really sad. Gas high, food high. You got to have 2 jobs or damn near 3 jobs just to pay rent. How is his wife? Have not seen her. Who wife? Joe Biden wife? I know Donald Trump, I think ex-wife had passed away. But I haven't, you right too, Seville. I haven't seen Joe Biden wife at all. That's weird, huh? Because she always, be right there with him sometimes. Or when he talking, she's somewhere on the side. I don't know. Exactly. And remember when Obama gave us stimulus too? He gave us $500, and when we did our taxes, we had to pay it back. I remember that. It was something that happened during that time where he gave everybody $500. But Joe Biden still owes some money. He still owes $1,500. He was supposed to give it to us when he got in office, and he never did. You watching the debate? Yes. My mama called me debate on. The only debate I had watched was Obama and Bush. That was the last debate I had watched. Yep. So this right here, baby, this is history right here. Right, Seville? This is history right here. Just know it is. Because they going in. They is going in. It was 12, not sure. 12? 1,200? I think 1,200? Was it 1,200? Yeah, it was 1,200. Yeah, you right, Seville. But that's how much he had owed us was 1,200. Because we supposed to get 2,500, something like that. And we only got half. But somehow he did. He still owed us some money. Come on, y'all. Let's get back into it. That was Obama. Okay, 1,600. Okay.
We're going to begin with you, President Biden. You have 2 minutes.
Oh, they got 2 minutes. What he gonna say? Hope he don't fall over, y'all. Let's listen.
Significant progress from the debacle that was left by President Trump in his last term. We find ourselves in a situation where, number one, we have to make sure that we have a fair tax system.
You feel bad, Seville. It's ridiculous.
Watching this
it's
debate,
sad.
I think the tax system is fair. The fact is that I said nobody even making under $400,000 had a single penny increase in their taxes, and will not. And if I'm reelected, that'll be the case again. But this guy has increased.
Okay, Michael. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate you, Michael.
Number one, he's increased inflation because of the debacle he left after the way he handled the pandemic. And he finds himself in a position where he now wants to tax you more by putting a 10% tariff on everything that comes into the United States of America. What I did, for example, he wants to get rid of the ability of Medicare for
love you too.
Us to be able to negotiate drug prices with the big pharma companies. Well, guess what? We got it down to $35 for insulin instead of $400. No more than $2,000 for every senior, no matter how much prescription they need. You know what that did? That reduced the federal debt by $160 billion over 10 years.
He can't even talk. He's stuttering.
Exorbitant prices. I'm going to make that available to every senior all along where it's happening now, and everybody in America. He wants to get rid of that. I'm going to make sure that we have child care. We're going to significantly increase the credits people have for child care.
No,
and make sure we
child care is high.
What we're doing on lead pipes and all the things that are causing health problems.
She said they
People
hurting.
across the country. We're
Isabel
going to
ain't
continue
lying.
to fight to bring down
She
inflation
ain't.
and give people a break.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump, you now have 2 minutes for your closing statement.
Come on, Trump.
Like so many politicians, this man is just a complainer.
Close it out like a
He
gangster,
said, we
Trump.
want to do this, we want to do that, we want to get rid of this tax, that tax. But he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do, all he does is make our country unsafe by allowing millions and millions of people to pour in. Our military doesn't respect him. We look like fools in Afghanistan. We didn't stop Israel. It was such a horrible thing that would have never happened. It should have never happened. Iran was broke. Anybody that
Thank
did
you.
business with Iran, including China, they couldn't do business with the United States. They all passed. Iran was broke. They had no money for Hamas or Hezbollah, for terror, no money whatsoever. Again, Ukraine should have never happened. He talks about all this stuff, but he didn't do it. For 3.5 years, we're living in hell. We have the Palestinians and we have everybody else rioting all over the place. You talk about Charlottesville. This is 100 times. The whole country is exploding because of you. Because they respect you. They have to respect their president, and they don't respect you throughout the world.
All right now.
What we did was incredible. We rebuilt the military. We got
My
the
daughter
largest
laughing
tax
at me,
cut
y'all.
in history, the largest regulation cut in history. The reason he's got jobs is because I cut the regulations and gave jobs. But he's putting a lot of those regulations back on. All of the things that we've done, nobody's never seen anything like. Even from a medical standpoint, right to try, where we can try space-age materials instead of going to Asia or going to Europe and trying to get when you're terminally ill. Now you can go and you can get something. You sign a document. They've been trying to get it for 42 years. You know, what we did for the military was incredible choice for our soldiers, where our soldiers, instead of waiting for 3 months to see a doctor, can go out and get themselves fixed up and readied up and take care of themselves, and they're living. And that's why I had the highest approval rating in the history of the VA.
All right
So
now.
all of these things, we're in a failing nation, but it's not going to be failing anymore. We're going to make it great again.
All right. All right,
Thank you,
Trump.
former President Trump.
Yes.
President Biden, stay with us because we have full analysis of this debate. Anderson Cooper and Aaron Burnett starts now on CNN.
Watched as a nation now the first presidential debate of this election cycle. This is the earliest presidential debate that we've ever witnessed as a country. We're staying on this shot to see if they acknowledge.
That's right. Trump president. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Debate stage in Atlanta.
That's right.
The current president
That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for hitting the like button. That's what I'm talking about. Trump is the president, y'all. Yes.
Look toward one another as this debate began. The tone was set right away. They debated on issues including the economy, inflation, jobs, handling of COVID, both during the Trump years and during the Biden years, foreign policy.
That's right.
Both
Trump is the president. I'm going to give me a shirt, Seville. Seville said no. He said, girl, bye.
President Donald Trump would denounce those who stormed the Capitol. That was asked of him by the current president, President Biden. There was not an answer to that.
Make America greater again. Ain't that how the shirt goes, Seville?
The split screen, allowing the country to examine both of these men, and one of the main questions going into the night, because again, as we
you want to have to? Okay, period. Okay.
Americans know their records,
Sure.
they study them, they
I bet you Seville them has going high right now. Them has expensive right now. You know they is.
Far from the beginning of the debate when President Biden,
Oh, okay. You know them has expensive right now, Seville. And them shirts.
the policy that he was proposing would have, and then there was that pause.
Period. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
He didn't say anything, and then he went on to say we finally beat Medicare. A bit of a non sequitur, it seemed. We'll be waiting to see how.
Hi. How you doing, Travel? Welcome to the live. Hit the like button. You come in. You new to the channel. Make sure you subscribe.
Spin room. Rachel,
He's 100. I do not care about your feelings.
Well, I'll tell you that a senior advisor to the Trump campaign tells me that they let out a huge exhale from the moment that President Biden answered that very first
Tease
question.
Travel PH. Hello. Welcome in. All right now. How y'all feel about this? Everybody in here, how do y'all feel? Like, what's going through y'all mind? Y'all think Trump finna come in here, be president, and he finna change it over again? What y'all think? Like, be honest.
Interrupting it turned into a shouting match. We did not get that version of Donald Trump tonight. This is
No, he's not racist at all.
Wanted to see. They wanted to see the former president take.
He have a lot of people behind him.
Very sick. even his
A
legal
lot of
channels
people
and
behind
his
Trump.
branding.
You'd be
That's who
surprised.
they believe are winning issues.
It's
in
more of
election,
us
immigration,
than
crime,
other people
policy.
behind
We saw
Trump.
former
Like, for
president do
real.
that many times. I will tell you, David, that out on the campaign trail, the former president does use a lot more harsh rhetoric when it comes to talking about certain issues, including.
But this was a really, really good debate. I think they done. I don't know. I think they still going. We're going to see right now.
Are poisoning the blood of this country. He didn't go so far as to repeat any of that incendiary rhetoric that we hear a lot of times on the campaign trail. One thing was clear, though.
This is crazy,
turned
though.
personal rather quickly. You had President Biden call him a convicted felon, and then
when you go into the store, the food is high, right, y'all? But when y'all go into the store and get vegetables, the meat don't even be looking like it's fresh. Don't be looking like it's fresh. The water don't be tasting right. You buy bottled water, but the water's tasting right. The faucet water out here in California, you're gonna be sick when you gonna have to run. Drink that water if you want to.
Felon, another split screen moment when he talked about what he was convicted of. There was some head nodding from the former President Donald Trump, which again made for a moment. Unlike him, there were many moments here.
Heck yeah, we do.
I am curious about that particular moment.
We definitely do.
So much had been said about President
I've
Trump
been saying he was coming back.
A lot of eyes
When that happened with him, that situation, I was like, Trump coming back. Watch. I knew he was coming back.
One is 81 years old. There was the moment, the pause.
Because Biden needs to retire. He's tired. He needs to retire. It's over.
The Biden campaign tonight from the White House tonight on that and the rest.
For real.
Yeah, look, there is no question. This is not the night. That
Thank you, Seville. Exactly.
Or needed. They were going into this hoping that the president's performance would put to rest those remaining concerns about his age and his fitness for office. It is hard to see how what we just saw did that, how it put to bed those concerns. He had a rough start, as you noted. He was rambling. He struggled at times to collect his thoughts. There was that pause. Now, we are told that the president had a cold tonight. Perhaps that did.
Sick. Oh, that don't got nothing to do with you getting up there standing on business. They always talking about, Joe Biden can't talk right now. He didn't sick, this and that. Man, get on that mess. That's a bunch of bull crap. I don't want to hear that. He wasn't ready for Trump because Trump was hitting him. Trump was coming back to back. He really do.
They try to hold Trump accountable. They had strong exchanges. He tried to hold his feet to the fire on abortion. He called him out for being a convicted.
Girl, no. Can't never talk.
The real risk here is that the substance.
Sit down. Shoot, that's what my boss used to tell me when I used to cut up at work. Sit down. You ain't hate, you keeping it 100. Shoot, sit down.
He made to his supporters and delivered on that promise. Now he has to answer to that, given he's running for president again.
You speaking facts. Shoot, sit down. You tired. Shoot, retire. He couldn't even get his thoughts together. He couldn't get his notes or whatever he had on that paper together. He couldn't even come off the top of his head.
Donald Trump, who, by the way, was spewing a lot of false.
Yeah, you could call out Donald Trump. Ain't nobody perfect. Everybody got a record behind them. Come on now. Everybody got something going on. Ain't no perfect president.
The former president did when he was.
She don't never do nothing. But like I said, sit there with her white husband and go shopping and travel all over the world. That's what she does. She don't do nothing for us. We thought when she got I was like, okay, she gonna be for us. No, she's not for us.
In the coming days.
David,
She's
I think
not.
we have to be very clear.
She's
This
for
was a
herself.
very bad night for Joe Biden.
They were talking about she was gonna be up next for president. No, she wasn't. That wasn't finna happen.
You are starting to see.
Girl, no. Heck no.
Discussions among Democrats about whether or not Biden can effectively go on with this campaign against Donald Trump. Donald Trump did go through rapid fire lies. I mean, a machine gun of lies at times during this debate. He said things like everybody wanted Roe v. Wade repealed. Everything was rocking good when he was president. There were no wars. The unselect committee.
Okay, that's why she ain't saying nothing. She gonna keep getting that check too. That's why she ain't gonna say nothing. She ain't gonna do nothing. She ain't trying to be in none of that what they got going on. She wanna keep that check.
Able to bring the argument back to him. I talked to one Democratic member of Congress who is a strong.
That's crazy. This was a crazy debate, y'all. This is crazy.
I am in a state of shock.
Make sure you go check out that movie though, Seville. It's called Civil War. That movie is a trip.
Have to answer these questions. This was
They get paid the same, yes. Oh no, I think Joe Biden get more.
Another Democrat said, "I wish
he get paid a lot. He get paid billions to be a president. He get paid.
we would have had a different nominee."
No question in your mind, given what you're hearing from your sources, that this is a conversation that's now underway.
It's a conversation that is being conducted privately at this
Okay.
point, David. The big question is, will any of it
See what their salary look
become
like.
public? It is very difficult to imagine a scenario
I know they get paid good
where
money
Biden
though.
can be replaced as the nominee. You would have to somehow open up the convention. Biden would have to, be the one leading it and saying, "I'm going to release my delegates." There's absolutely no indication that he is willing to do this. And
He gotta release it. He's out the office. Bye bye. Y'all need to start packing y'all stuff now. They need to start packing that, getting their stuff together and getting a U-Haul and all that stuff because they gotta move out that White House.
Find another nominee.
And certainly we don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Get them maids to box up them stuff. How crazy.
Donna, what do you make of President Biden's performance tonight?
Uh-oh. We got a sister up here, Seville.
Missed opportunities. We wanted a couple of doubles, a few singles, and yes, we wanted him to hit it out of the ballpark. But the fact is that I think the president was trying to not only get his message across, which at times he had a hard time, but he was also trying to set a narrative, set a pace, and he never really got an opportunity to reach that point.
He couldn't.
It was a missed opportunity. Will it change the trajectory of the race? Perhaps on the margins, but that's why we have 131 days. Many Democrats are disappointed. Some Democrats are telling me, well, look what the other guy did. He didn't hit it out the ballpark. And half of what he said, well, everybody knows tomorrow will be fact checked, and we know it was not true. The bottom line is this race is going to continue. There's no effort underway right now that I know of, and I think I would know at least on the third or fourth phone call if there was an effort to replace the nominee. He's still the most experienced person in the race, and I do believe the American people want steady hands at the wheel.
And
Donald Trump.
Tonight, you're comfortable with his performance?
Like I said, he didn't score the home run. We wanted him to hit it out the ballpark so we can enjoy the rest of the summer and maybe, in my case, just have another vacation. But look, the fact is that Joe Biden, tried to get his message out to the American people that I'm here to fight for you. I'm here to lower the cost. But most importantly, I'm here to continue to make America stronger.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
You couldn't get that message.
Come on now.
Busy fact checking, busy looking, saying, I can't believe it.
Oh, okay.
Joe Biden had to talk to the American people and hit out the
They making good money.
But he's still in the race.
They making good money.
Really interesting to point you.
That's a lot of stress though to be a president. The money sound good, but that stress gonna come with it. You see, Joe Biden got little pieces of strings on top of his head. They look like they use a needle. You know how they use a needle and sew it in, or some kind of thing they do to their head.
In real time, what he was witnessing on that stage and lost his own message in the process.
That's the problem. Donald Trump came in as the rally Trump. You want to know what Donald Trump said?
He got some strings.
Because I watched Donald Trump. I listened to Donald Trump. He didn't have to make it up because that's what he's been saying. It's been good enough for over 40, 50%, maybe 50% of the American people. Joe Biden had a difficult task tonight, and that was to tell the American people, give the narrative, here's what I'm doing, and here's what I plan to do over the next 4 years. Instead,
Bless you, daughter.
Fact check. And I believe it was a missed opportunity, but he scored a lot of singles, and you'll see a lot of pundits, including some of my colleagues on the DNC, that will be a little nervous. I'm not nervous. I know Joe Biden. He'll come back.
Girl, please.
Thanks to you as always, Ryan.
You hear that, sister?
Your reaction as well. You heard Donna use the word disappointed in President Biden's performance tonight. That she said he had a number of singles. She also took aim at the.
I want to win the next debate. It's probably tomorrow, y'all. Let me find out when the next debate.
In fact, that the president was trying to.
Cause we gonna tune in tomorrow when the debate come on.
What do you make of
we gonna be ready, Seville. You should be off work. Put your hours in live, and we gonna go. We gonna get into this, girl. I don't know. I'm gonna find out what time the next debate gonna be tomorrow.
I think. Secondly, he stuck to the issues. I think he did very well on immigration and the economy, pointing out where Joe Biden failed, and then he let Joe Biden.
She said, I'll be yelling on my page. Girl, that's what I was doing, yelling before you came in here. I was going off.
I think the DNC's, Donna's going to
get real quick.
Zoom call tonight from the DNC.
Ooh,
all the talk is about replacing Joe Biden on the ballot. If you're Gretchen Whitmer, or Gavin Newsom.
I get
he's
into
going
it.
to be waiting by the phone. And it's not
Because they
easy,
be
I
up
know
here
that,
lying.
but
He up
it's
here
going to take
lying.
Joe Biden deciding that he should step aside. I don't know if he's going to do that, but I think there are going to be a lot of people talking to him about stepping aside. Look, Joe Biden needed to do two things, and we talked about it before the debate. He needed to articulate a clear vision for what he is going to do as president moving forward.
I gotta
And
find
he
out
needed
when the
to do
next
it in
one.
a
It's
way
probably
that gave
tomorrow
people
sometime.
confidence that he had the mental acuity to deliver. He failed on both of those marks. The spin for this debate is going to be more important in influencing those people in the middle, those very tiny fraction in the middle. The spin afterwards is going to be more important than even what they saw there, and it's going to be over and over and over about Joe Biden's mental acuity being in the toilet.
Ooh.
Respond. He says you're going to get a Zoom.
Oh my God. What they say? Oh my.
But I don't care. I'm gonna stick with Joe Biden. Let me just say something.
Girl, you stick with Joe Biden if you want to. Ain't he talking funny?
Protect the integrity of our elections.
They paying you real good, honey. That's why you say I'm gonna stick with Joe Biden. Because they paying you very well. Ain't no way. That's where all our money going to.
They're still dealing with the trauma. The notion that those Americans came to
they pay her real good, just like they paid Kamala Harris too.
All right, Donna and Ryan, so we appreciate it as always. I want to bring in our senior justice correspondent up here, Thomas Pierre. You heard President Biden tonight reference the former president for the first time certainly on the debate stage, of course, but for the first time face to face as a convicted felon. You saw Donald Trump's response in that split screen.
Why they gotta throw that in there as a convicted felon? Okay, like you ain't never been locked up and been a convicted felon before. Y'all people is so judgmental, honey. I swear these folks is.
Many of the people there committed criminal acts. Biden was clearly angry about that, but he did not really bore in.
They had to throw that in. They better make sure they threw that in there, slide that in there. So what? Look at that. Did he just throw it again? Girl, thank you, the puppets. Thank you.
But he did, Trump, over and over again, talk about how Biden had tried to weaponize the Justice Department.
They did not have to say all that. Y'all is petty.
Pierre up on Capitol Hill tonight, Pierre.
And we still gonna vote for Donald Trump. Hey, Tamika. She's gonna keep my mouth shut. Girl.
Contest tonight about aptitude, ability, mental acuity.
This is crazy.
Perhaps even more so than the issue.
Yeah, they a mess.
To Joe Biden, at least. And I have to go back to that 538 Ipsos poll that, again, it came out today, but prior to the debate. And so I think that we have those numbers. But Biden mental fitness to be president, only 27% of those who were polled said it was good or excellent.
Ooh.
Terrible, 54%. So more than half.
The mental fitness. Ooh, y'all see that? And and Joe Biden was just talking about that too before he got off too.
As far as on the Trump side,
talking about his numbers gonna be higher than Donald Trump. Look at them numbers. He know he
46%. So nearly half. I think that the Biden
Girl.
had the opportunity when he was asked directly by Dan.
They made a mistake when they voted him in, because I didn't vote him. I didn't vote for him. I voted for Donald Trump. But they made a mistake when they voted him in. I was like, oh, when they voted him in, they said he won. I was like, oh my God, here we go. We about to drop. We about to go down. It ain't even finna be good. This ain't even finna. Oh my God. And look at it.
Can you do it now? At the same time, when Donald
It's
Trump
bad.
asked the same question, he really just evolved into how about their golf game?
It's hard to imagine, Martha.
And they were here talking about golf. I wish I could play golf. I ain't got that golf money like this. They get to play golf, y'all. I can't.
Did they get their questions answered?
While we over here poor, they over there playing golf. These folks is funny, y'all. Lisa, what you laughing at?
Aldi has low prices.
Oh, she on the phone. Sometimes she be laughing at me, and then sometimes she be on that phone. It's crazy. Me and Seville sat here and watched this mess. I had to switch phones because my son, I was on his phone. Black people think they need to be Democrat. They don't need to be none of that. I'm not no Democrat, no Republican. I ain't none of that stuff. I don't want to be. I just don't like the mess that we got going on since we had him. You making up words? I can't with you, girl. She said I'm making up words. I just don't like the mess that's going on. You know, it's bad. It's getting worse. It ain't getting no better. Guess what, y'all? I don't know if y'all watched my replay when I was at the park, but if y'all heard me sitting there talking to a lady that came over there, I was talking to her, and she was saying that it's going to be 120 next week. I was like, She's like, yeah. I looked it up on my phone. My brother sent it to me, and then I sent it to him, and he was like, we living in hell. I said, boy, you so damn crazy. Well, I'm going to cuss y'all. I'm sorry. He has not done nothing. He's not sure. Exactly. He not sure. So next week, July 6th, it's going to be 120. 120. It ain't never hit 120. I think we hit like 118, but that was like, at least what year was that we hit 118? And at 18 something, it said I wouldn't even thought of. Nobody wouldn't thought of. But anyway, that was way back then. We are in binding, and then how? Thank you. The light the lights is a little bit expensive. Yes, it is. And then we have to run. I have to run my air all day because it get hot. I'm upstairs. Now, if I go downstairs, it's cool down there. But when I come upstairs, it's hot. So I have to run my air on 78 all day. It be hot. But it's going to hit 120 next week. We ain't never had 120 in California. That is extremely hot, y'all. Come on now. I am not stepping. I'm not even going to no gym. I better not go out that door talking about I'm finna go get on a treadmill. It's on a Saturday, so I'm good. Hell on earth. You ain't lying. Seville on tonight to be good. She ain't lying. That is crazy. I'm finna show y'all. Right now. Let me look on my tablet and show y'all what the weather is going to be for next week. And it's crazy because they like top story. Will it reach 120 in Kirk County? Yes, it's gonna reach 120 in Kirk County. Stupid. That's the news. This is crazy. It's trending all over here. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. I'm finna show y'all right now. Please, tablet don't die, because it's on 2%. I don't know why the heck I don't be charging my tablet, y'all. I'm finna show y'all. Oh, my. Oh, here you go. I'm definitely finna show y'all this craziness. Where the other part of it? Oh, it's down here at the bottom. No. Come on, tablet. Why you want to do me like that? One more. Okay. Right here. One more. Oh, my God. Okay. I wish I could show y'all on my phone. It's not showing right here. Why is that? I wish I could show y'all on my phone some kind of way. Because it ain't showing on here. But it's going to be 120. Like I said, I wish I could show y'all. I'm going to post it in my community. Girl, no. People are doing that now. Is they back on? They finna debate again? Seville, hold on. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. How that song go? Wait a minute. Oh, no. People doing that now. I was in Dollar Tree. And this lady ran out the store with a basket full of food. And this guy gonna walk up to me and gonna say, he gonna run to me and gonna say, did you see that? That was crazy. I said, no, it wasn't crazy. I said she needed some food. She probably got to feed her family. That's not crazy. That's her business. I'm not finna chase her because she's still not the store. That is her business. I'm about to go about my business. People are doing that now.
On camera for a moment. But the big story of this evening.
That is their business.
Aptitude test, if you will, for both of these men.
And then Skid Row is bad. It's so bad. It is so bad. Skid Row is bad. It's not a joke in California, y'all. It done got worse and worse. Okay, for real. Mind your business. Girl. So what? So what she stealing? And why are you worried about it? Because you couldn't go in there and steal you some food and get away with it? They didn't chase her. Them ladies in the store did not chase her. They kept going about their business, doing what they was doing. So there go his wife right there, Seville. We was just talking about her.
Let's listen for a moment.
Oh, she talking, y'all.
And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Lied! Yes.
The First Lady supporting her husband as you would expect she would. The campaign has been pressed tonight about the president's performance and Mary Lee.
Thank you, Seville. You came in here with me, shoot. We in here turned up.
Continue. Let's listen into the president.
Yeah, let's do it.
Been here the whole time. I see it. I see that through the patch there. Look, folks, you know, I shouldn't say this, but my brother always uses lines from movies. There's a famous movie of John Wayne, and he's working for the
Let's go, Joe. Y'all got paid. The one with the shirt on, she got paid, y'all.
They were lying like hell to him. They're all sitting on a
It just bothered me because
John Wayne was sitting with two.
our people is standing behind him and knowing what we going through as black people, as black women, black men, and what we going through, and then y'all stand there behind him and knowing you know what? I don't even want to go. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna stop talking because I'm gonna get myself upset. But y'all know what I'm saying.
The next couple of days, and they're gonna be out there fact checking all the things he said. I can't think of one thing he said that was true.
Oh yeah, they paid her real good. You know they did. This the weather, y'all. Look, let me show y'all. See that? 120. That's what it's gonna be out here. 120.
The president telling his supporters.
It's gonna be on the news tonight.
He does going into November.
120 there, and then 120 Delano, 121 in Wasco, and 121 in Shafter. Hey, son. No, he don't. He really don't.
We understand from the president and from the first lady.
And got the po kids out there. That's sad. Y'all wrong.
And that is exactly what they are hammering tonight. In fact, say offered a dark and backwards window into what America will look like if he steps foot back into the White House. They are trying to again make clear what is at stake in this election, the very, very different visions for the future of this country that these two men have. The question is whether the candidates, whether Joe Biden effectively delivered that message tonight.
Who, Donald Trump?
Undecided voters. He needed to knock it out of the park. It was a missed opportunity.
You know, we saw Jason Miller there for a flash in the spin room now talking about the performance tonight, likely.
Or him.
John Carl from Reince Priebus, who was once Donald Trump's chief of staff, who tonight said this was an awful performance in so many words for President Biden. And that former President
It was the consensus.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Among a lot of Democrats that I was talking
Yeah,
to.
Joe Biden definitely is.
Awful performance for Joe Biden. They're very worried about where the race goes from here. On the Trump side of the equation, Trump was remarkably restrained.
All right, y'all. I gotta get off. King want me. King is coming here. Mommy. So I gotta go. I gotta attend to my man, my little man. I appreciate y'all for coming in, showing me love, support. Seville, she was riding with me through this whole thing. Thank you, Tamika, for coming in, showing love. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. I like Trump. He go off on all colors. He sure do, and he don't care. I appreciate y'all coming in. Tomorrow gonna be a debate, so Seville, when you get off work, put in your hours, girl. I'm gonna go in and go live if another debate come on tomorrow. So I'll definitely be tuned in, and we're going to be watching it. So make sure you get your hours in tomorrow, girl. Get your hours in. Get your lives in. I'm going to the gym in the morning. What's tomorrow, Friday? Today Friday, y'all?
Who was the one that was actually lobbing the
I don't even know what day it is.
I mean, Trump certainly did some.
I'm going to the gym at you know I gotta wait till they, you know I gotta wait till they open up at 8. Cause I gotta call the people. So I'll be in there for like an hour. And then I think the debate come on. You said come on at 9? Tomorrow Friday. Okay, thank you, Seville. I gotta keep up. I'm gonna find out what time the debate come on. I'll put it on my community post when I find out what time it come on. So we can go in and watch it and go off.
If there were falsehoods on that stage, and it's not an if because many of them.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Yes.
Good night. Good night. Have a good night. Seville, check out that movie too when you got time. I don't know. I'm gonna put it on my community post. I'm gonna find out what it is a little bit later, and then I'll post it on my community post to see what time it come on. You have a good night. If you finna go live, then I'm finna come over there and watch your live. If you going live. But until then, I'll catch y'all on the back end. Thank you guys for coming and watching the debate with me. Trump is our president. Till then, I'll catch y'all on the back end. I'm out. Y'all have a good night.
Trump telling all